Have you ever stopped to think that one small choice at night, something as ordinary as a bite of food before sleep, could keep working while you rest, so you wake up feeling more clear-headed and seeing a little sharper? It can sound far-fetched at first. Yet, some of nature's most effective helpers come in quiet, uncomplicated forms that we tend to overlook. Tonight I want to share a gentle nighttime habit that many older adults have found surprisingly helpful. It's a tiny ritual done right before bed, and for a lot of people it has made mornings feel steadier, calmer, and more refreshed. The focus is on three simple dry fruits you may already have in your pantry. When you eat them in the right way at night, they can support the brain, soothe the eyes, and encourage the body's overnight restoration from the inside out. As the years go by, two common struggles often creep in together, without making much noise: at first vision that isn't as crisp, and memory that doesn't feel as dependable. It begins in small moments. You reach for your glasses more often, you narrow your eyes at the TV, you forget a detail that used to be effortless. These changes are not only about getting older, they can also reflect oxidative stress, a slow, hidden strain caused by free radicals that target the body's most sensitive areas, especially the eyes and the brain. Over time, that invisible damage can steal clarity, energy, and focus. But there's encouraging news. The protective compounds found in everyday foods can help defend those delicate tissues and support the rebuilding of what stress and time gradually wear down. 1. Raisins. Now, let's shift to something naturally sweet: the simple raisin. Most people see raisins as nothing more than dried grapes, something you toss onto oatmeal or bake into dessert. But within that small wrinkled bite is a surprisingly dense bundle of nutrients that can be especially supportive for aging eyes and an aging brain. Raisins contain a range of antioxidants, particularly polyphenols, along with boron iron and gentle natural sugars that release energy slowly rather than all at once. You can think of those antioxidants as the body's cleanup crew, working quietly in the background. Day after day, both your eyes and your mind face constant pressure from modern life: pollution, emotional strain, bright sunlight, and especially screen light. These stressors generate free radicals, unstable molecules that slowly wear down your cells, the way rust eats into metal. The polyphenols in raisins help neutralize that damage, offering protection for the retina, the optic nerve, and the brain's signaling pathways. It's nature's way of clearing the haze, like wiping a foggy window, so vision and thinking feel sharper again. Boron is one of the most overlooked minerals in raisins, yet it plays a meaningful role in cognitive function. It supports how the brain processes information and helps maintain steady attention. I remember Elena, a 64-year-old artist, who started to worry about her memory. "I used to remember every color in my palette," she told me, "but now I forget what shade I mixed just minutes ago." We made one simple change: a small handful of raisins in the evening instead of her usual cookies. After about a month, she said something that stayed with me. "I still forget sometimes," she admitted, "but it feels less frustrating. I can follow my thoughts again." Her experience fits what researchers often point to: steady glucose from whole fruit sugars paired with antioxidants and boron can support stable mental energy and recall. For the eyes, raisins bring a unique mix of support. They contain phenolic compounds that help defend the retina against oxidative stress, which may reduce risk related to age-associated macular degeneration, one of the most common causes of vision loss in older adults. Raisins also provide iron, which supports hemoglobin and helps deliver oxygen to delicate eye tissues. And unlike refined sweets, the natural sweetness in raisins comes packaged with fiber and additional nutrients, so it's less likely to cause a dramatic blood sugar spike. For many older adults with mild diabetes, a small controlled portion can be a satisfying and safer alternative to late-night treats. The secret is keeping it moderate. A practical amount is about 1 tablespoon or a small handful roughly 30 minutes before bed. Chew slowly, take your time, and let that gentle sweetness become a calming signal that the day is ending. While you sleep, the antioxidants continue their work, protecting, restoring, and supporting repair. Many people report waking up with less morning fog and a clearer feeling overall. That pattern isn't random. When you feed the eyes and brain what they need overnight, you're more likely to start the next morning from a stronger place. So the next time you want something sweet in the evening, consider skipping the biscuits or ice cream. Reach instead for the raisin, small, soothing, and quietly effective. A simple natural companion for clearer vision and a steadier mind. 2. Walnuts. Whenever I pick up a walnut, I pause at its shape. It resembles a tiny brain with two halves, gentle folds, and a protective shell. Nature doesn't leave clues for nothing, and walnuts truly are classic brain-supporting food. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially the plant-based form, called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. These healthy fats help keep brain cell membranes flexible and strong, allowing signals to travel smoothly, so thinking stays clearer. Picture your brain as a bright, busy city where billions of neurons constantly send messages. Omega-3s are like the wiring that keeps those lights steady. When the supply drops, which often happens with age, the system can start to flicker. You may notice it as forgetfulness, difficulty focusing, or even low mood. Walnuts help restore what the neurons need to communicate with more stability and confidence. Walnuts also support the eyes. The same omega-3 fats help calm inflammation and reduce dryness, two of the most common complaints among older adults. The thin tear film that protects the surface of your eyes depends on healthy fats to stay smooth and stable. Walnuts help replenish that layer, which can mean less grit, less burning, and more comfort, especially after reading or screen time. Another reason walnuts fit a bedtime routine is that they naturally contain melatonin, a sleep-supporting compound that signals the body to wind down. When eaten before bed, walnuts can nourish the brain and eyes while also helping you settle into deeper, more restorative sleep. A study in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging found that seniors who regularly ate walnuts performed better on memory and reasoning tests than those who didn't. That isn't a coincidence. It's chemistry working together, omega-3s, antioxidants, and melatonin supporting the body's nightly rhythm of healing. I think of Thomas, a 72-year-old carpenter who spent decades squinting under harsh workshop lights. He came in with dry, burning eyes and restless nights. His diet was low in healthy fats, so we added 2 walnuts before bed along with better hydration. 6 weeks later, he told me, "My eyes don't burn anymore and I'm sleeping straight through." The change wasn't magic. It was his body responding to what it had been missing. Walnuts also help circulation thanks to a natural compound called arginine, which supports relaxed blood vessels and better delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the brain and retina. Better blood flow can mean sharper thinking and brighter vision, especially for older adults managing high blood pressure or diabetes. So, when you eat 2 or 3 walnut halves at night, think of them as quiet workers, repairing and supporting your most vital systems, while you sleep simple, natural, and deeply effective. 3. Blueberries. If there is one fruit that truly earns the title brain berry, it's blueberries. They may look small and simple, but inside that deep blue skin is a powerful concentration of natural plant compounds that support both mental clarity and eye comfort as we age. Blueberries are especially rich in antioxidants called anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their dark color. And while the name sounds scientific, the idea is easy. These compounds help your body defend against oxidative stress, the same slow, invisible wear that can cloud, memory drain, focus, and strain the delicate tissues of the eyes. Think of oxidative stress like tiny sparks landing on sensitive wiring. Every day your brain and eyes face stress from bright light screen, glare pollution, and emotional tension. Those pressures create free radicals, unstable molecules that slowly chip away at cells over time. Anthocyanins act like natural spark blockers, helping neutralize free radicals before they cause as much damage. That matters because your retina and your brain are 2 of the most active energy-hungry tissues in your entire body. They work constantly. And constant work means they also need constant protection. For the brain, blueberries are often linked with sharper thinking and steadier recall. Many researchers believe this comes from the way their antioxidants support communication between brain cells and help protect the fatty parts of the brain that are vulnerable to oxidation. In real life, that can look like fewer moments of mental fog, better focus when reading or having conversations, and an easier time holding on to details like names, appointments, or where you placed your keys. It's not an instant dramatic change. It's the kind of quiet improvement that builds when the brain is supported night after night. Blueberries can also be a gentle ally for your eyes. The retina is constantly exposed to light and requires steady blood flow and protection to stay healthy. Antioxidant-rich foods like blueberries may help reduce oxidative strain on retinal cells, which is one reason they're often recommended in diets designed to support long-term vision. Many older adults describe it as less tired eye feeling, less strain in the evening, and a clearer sense of comfort when focusing on small print. Another reason blueberries work well in the evening is that they offer sweetness without the chaos of refined desserts. Unlike cookies or ice cream, blueberries come with fiber and water, which slows how quickly sugar enters the bloodstream. That means you're less likely to get a sharp spike and crash that can disturb sleep. Instead, blueberries provide a smooth, gentle supply of natural energy that won't feel heavy and won't push the body into an overactive state right before bed. If you want to try them as a part of your own night repair routine, keep it simple. About 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime, enjoy half a cup of blueberries, fresh or frozen, and have a small glass of water alongside. Chew slowly and let it feel like a calm, nourishing treat rather than a rush snack. Over time, this small habit can support the same goals as your bedtime trio: clearer mornings, steadier thinking, and eyes that feel more comfortable and less strained. In a world full of complicated promises, blueberries are one of nature's simplest ways to protect what matters most. 4. Almonds. I like to think of almonds as a quiet ally for both the mind and the eyes. Long before modern research existed, many traditional healing cultures from India across the Mediterranean valued almonds for supporting wisdom, focus, and clear sight. Today we understand more clearly why. Almonds are one of the best natural sources of vitamin E, a standout antioxidant known for helping guard delicate tissues from gradual damage. Picture vitamin E as a gentle, invisible layer of protection. It helps defend the brain's fragile communication and pathways and the retina's sensitive cells against oxidative stress. So, when you eat almonds, it isn't simply a snack. It's a way of delivering supportive nutrients straight to the body's control center. The brain itself is roughly 60% fat, and every cell inside it depends on steady protection from free radicals. Without enough antioxidant support, those fats can degrade much like oil that's been left too long in bright sunlight. Vitamin E helps slow that process, preserving sharp thinking, steady reactions, and reliable memory. A study reported in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease noted that diets higher in vitamin E were associated with slower cognitive decline in older adults. In everyday terms, that suggests a small, consistent habit, such as eating a modest handful of almonds, may help you hold on to the names, stories, and meaningful moments you care about most. Almonds also offer real support for your eyes. The retina contains millions of light-sensing cells working non-stop whenever you're awake, processing brightness, color, and detail. Because they are so active, those cells face constant oxidative strain. Vitamin E can help by buffering that stress, reducing the tiny repeated injuries that can contribute to dryness, blur, or a tired, strained feeling. With time, that kind of protection often shows up as greater comfort eyes that feel less gritty after reading, less fatigue in the evening, and mornings that begin with clearer vision. There's another detail that matters. Almonds tend to be gentler and more effective when they're softened first. Many people do best with 5 or 6 almonds soaked overnight. Soaking helps loosen the skin, reduces natural compounds called tannins, and makes digestion smoother, especially for older adults. You can think of it as opening the door to the almond's nutrient storehouse, allowing the body to absorb more goodness with less effort. One story that stays with me is Margaret, a 68-year-old retired teacher who struggled with persistent eye fatigue and hazy mornings. She had tried eye drop supplements and even stronger reading glasses, but nothing seemed to truly help. We added a simple habit: soaked almonds at night, along with better hydration. About 3 weeks later, she told me with a smile, "My eyes feel awake before I do." That change wasn't a miracle, it was her body responding to consistent supportive care. So, the next time you hold an almond, consider it a small tool for nighttime restoration. While you sleep, its vitamin E and healthy fats can quietly support inner repair, calming the eyes and reinforcing memory. And in a world crowded with complex pills and big promises, it's often the simplest routines, like a few soaked almonds before bed, that help the body return to balance. Now, picture what changes when almonds, walnuts, and raisins are no longer eaten separately, but combined into one simple bedtime routine. Each dry fruit has its own unique strength, yet together they create a blend that works like a coordinated team. I like to think of this combination as a gentle nighttime reset, a trio that supports your eyes, your brain, and your sleep in the same window of time. Here's an easy way to do it. About 30 to 45 minutes before you go to bed, set aside 5 to 6 almonds that have been soaked, 2 to 3 walnut halves, and 1 tablespoon of raisins. Have them with a small glass of water. Chew slowly and take your time. With each bite, you're giving your body a compact package of nutrients designed for overnight repair. The almonds contribute vitamin E, a steady protector that helps shield the retina and the brain's delicate pathways from oxidative stress. The walnuts add omega-3 fats along with melatonin, helping calm inflammation while supporting a deeper, more restorative sleep cycle. The raisins round it out with polyphenol antioxidants and gentle natural energy, keeping cells nourished while your body is resting. Put together, the three work in harmony, like different instruments playing the same quiet song at night, each one strengthening what the others provide. As you sleep, these nutrients move through the bloodstream and support the body's repair work, helping smooth out tiny stresses within cells, easing tired eyes, and refreshing mental clarity. Over time, many older adults who felt stuck in restless nights and foggy mornings notice a real shift simply by making this routine consistent. William is one example that comes to mind. He was a 70-year-old gardener who described his eyes as gritty like sandpaper, especially in the mornings. After following this combination for about a month, he shared a moment that made him genuinely happy. "I can finally read the seed packets again without a magnifier." His improvement wasn't forced and it wasn't artificial. It was the body responding to steady support. That's what makes the Night Repair Trio so appealing. It isn't a pill or a supplement. It's ordinary food used intentionally, working with your natural rhythm of rest and healing and helping you wake up with more comfort, clearer vision, and a steadier mind. Before you start this bedtime habit, keep one principle in mind: balance matters. More is not better. A small portion of these dry fruits is plenty. Eating too much can add extra calories or feel heavy on digestion. Have them about 30 to 45 minutes before sleep, not right before you lie down. If you have diabetes, use smaller portions and always take them with a glass of water. If you're on blood thinners or managing blood pressure, almonds and walnuts may be helpful, but it's still wise to check with your doctor first. Most of all, stay consistent. The most noticeable changes don't usually appear. In a few days, they build over weeks. Most nights, people reach for whatever is easiest: biscuits, chips, or a sugary snack. It feels comforting in the moment, yet those choices can quietly sap energy, blur clarity, and interfere with restful sleep. Now, imagine ending your evening differently with the Night Repair Trio instead. Each bite becomes a signal to the body that it's time to restore. Over time, that simple switch can lead to brighter mornings, eyes that feel less sensitive and less irritated, a mind that holds on to details more easily, and a calm, steady energy that lasts longer. Sometimes improving health isn't about adding more routines. It's about replacing one small habit with a smarter one. I think of Rish, a 62-year-old accountant who felt defeated by fading vision and constant forgetfulness. "I can't even remember where I put my ledgers," he sighed. We kept it simple and started with the nightly mix: soaked almonds, walnuts, and raisins. In the beginning, he doubted anything so ordinary could make a difference. But by week 4, he noticed fewer mistakes at work and less eye strain under his desk lamp. 2 months later, he smiled and said, "Doctor, I feel like my mind woke up from a nap." Real food can create real change, one steady bedtime habit at a time. If you're looking for a simple way to care for your eyes' memory and sleep without chasing complicated programs, let this be your starting point. Tonight, choose balance. Prepare the night repair trio. Eat it slowly, drink a little water, and let your body do what it was designed to do while you rest. Small habits may feel ordinary, but repeated every evening, they can become the turning point that brings you back to clearer mornings and steadier days. And if you want more gentle, practical health tips, like this made specifically for older adults and explained in a calm, easy to follow, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way you won't miss the next video with more simple bedtime rituals, nourishing foods, and daily habits that truly support healthy aging.